Doc is in. We're back, 824. We're talking about making healthy choices when grocery shopping. And Dr. Kevin is going to come with you.
I'm going to the store with you. I'm going to help you. The program
Where are you going? Remember, we're going to the store.
Yeah, it's called Shop with the Doc. And so I'm going to point out some budget-friendly, healthy items you can purchase to get you and your kids eating better. Guys, our kids' diets, it's really a shame. Like, it's shameful. The typical American youth eats absolutely terrible.
Junk.
It's pro-inflammatory, pro-chronic disease, almost no nutritional value at all. Most of their diet, like sometimes 100% of our kids' diets, has no really nutritional value at all to it. So we've got to turn this around. We're setting them up for a life of chronic disease if we don't make a change. And I'm going to show you some great ideas for them. I've got a whole section on things your kid will be willing to eat. And so, that's not chicken and broccoli.
What do you mean by that? You're gonna take folks down an aisle and say your children will eat this.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah, like ways to take. Let's say kids love pizza.
Yeah.
So how can we take that and convert it to healthier choices?
This is going to be super.
Oh, it's going to be good.
You need right this minute. You need to give out the phone number again slowly.
837.
I'm going to call it. Do I have to?
You don't have to call it.
Okay. 837.
I'll sign you up personally.
Okay.
It's 837-7174. So we're going to have a short class before we hit the aisles, where I'll teach you several really important concepts. Like one of the things we'll talk about is the 12 foods you should prioritize buying organically. And this is important because not all foods are equally important because they're not all sprayed equally. For example, sweet potatoes and avocados, not that important. They're not sprayed that much. They're not very high in pesticides or chemicals. But strawberries and apples, very important. Some of the most sprayed items on the planet, strawberries and apples. So if you kind of understand the concept of let's pick out the most important things to invest in buying organic, and the other things I can buy conventional, we can be smarter about our choices and still eat much, much healthier. So I have a list of the top 12 foods you should invest in buying organic if budgeting is a concern for you. And speaking of the cost of organic foods, guys, people don't realize how hard it is to grow things organically. It's hard. Mm-hmm. Every aspect of these growers' methods are scrutinized. Many times they don't get nearly the same yield as conventional foods. Conventional farming is all about higher yields. Mm-hmm. How can we get the most bulk of foods per acre? Mm-hmm. But organic doesn't have that luxury. So they get much less food per acre. It's very costly. There's lots of government red tape and inspections, and that's why it costs a little more. But in some items, it's very worth it. For your health in the long run, and some it's not. And I'm going to show you how to be smart with your food choices at the Shop with Our Doc class. We're going to discuss GMO foods, which are genetically modified. What are
genetically modified? What's the O stand for?
Organisms.
Okay.
Genetically modified organisms. So are they bad for you or not? What are they? How do you know if you're eating them? What health concerns you should have about them? Which ones you should not worry about? And I'm also going to show you how to support healthy weight through proper nutrition. And I know that's a crazy concept. Controlling your weight with what you eat.
You know what a crazy concept is to me? That Bernadette Lee came into this control room yesterday, and she said she's having food ordered online. She orders her food online, and it comes to the house in a package, and it's pre-measured. And I think that is totally, and I told her, I'm not talking about her back. I said, that is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You run down there to the store, and you make some healthy choices. You get home, and you cook it. You don't need some nutritionalist in New York to tell you how much you need to eat and what you need to eat. Go and see, you're going to teach people to make healthy personal decisions.
Right.
I like that.
And the great thing about it is they can pick what they like.
Right.
You can pick what you want to eat.
I'm telling you, Doc, the old people would come back and find out that we're ordering food in the mail and they would die again.
Yes. And so we're going to discuss a little bit about, healthy weight through proper nutrition. And I know that sounds like a crazy talk, to eat, to what you eat has a lot to do with what you weigh. But we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to discuss smart budgeting. We're going to discuss food preservation to reduce food waste. That's important too. We throw out so much food.
So much.
If we would not throw out, that's going to help overcome some of the costs of the food
costs, period.
Absolutely.
Of course, because you're not throwing anything out. We throw out very little at my house. Recipe sharing. We're going to discuss which seafood to buy. Which seafood is important for you to invest in, and which one is not. We're going to discuss which shrimp is the best. We're going to discuss which fish is the best. So
you mean it makes a difference?
Absolutely, it makes a huge, huge difference. Absolutely.
Wow.
And there's no better shrimp than some good Louisiana Gulf shrimp, that come from the Gulf. These imported Chinese shrimp, they're
cheaper probably, but
they're cheaper, but you
for a
just
reason.
You don't want to know how they.
You don't want to know where. I don't even want to gross people out this morning and
Yeah.
tell you where those things come from. But yeah, you don't want to do that. So we're going to discuss that. And this is going to be so much fun. I'm super excited to be hosting this program at Whole Foods. And I wanted to thank Whole Foods for allowing me to come in and do this in their store. And I also, for the lawyer's sake, wanted to say that the content and opinions of today's show and of the workshop are mine and not Whole Foods. All right.
Now, are you going to take it maybe to like some other grocery stores too?
Yeah, maybe so. But this is the thing. I only have room for 15 callers. So you need to call now. It's going to be June the 25th at 7 p.m. You will leave there being so much smarter about our food. You will leave with a ton of ideas about cooking healthier foods that taste great. And I'm out to prove that you don't have to choose chicken breast and broccoli in order to eat healthier and lose weight and be smart about your budgeting. And I don't want you to go in Whole Foods and be overwhelmed or in the grocery store and kind of not know where to start.
That ADD kicks in when I get in there. It's like it's too much.
It's too much. So people go into this like brain fog. And so we're going to break the store down into some of the healthier items, which ones to pick, which ones are important that you do organic, which ones you can do conventional. It's going to be great. So they can call 837-7174 to register. But call right away.
Do it again. Say it again.
If you get a message, leave your number. It's 837-7174.
Oh, this is going to be big.
Yeah, it's going to be
everybody
huge.
call, and I'll do it. I don't think I have anything Thursday at 7:00, but and if I don't, I 100% will be there.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you, Doc.
You bet.
And promote your Facebook thing.
Oh, it's the Bryant Wellness. We'll put all this information up on there too today. It's the Bryant Wellness Institutes on Facebook.
All right.
Like us.
Okay, thanks, Doc.
Thanks.
8:33 Wellness Wednesday on KTDY.